Sorry, Christ. The Lord's Prayer in Hebrew, Abanawa, Shabbat Shemayim, Kodash, Haya, Shamka, Yahweh, Malak Wakah, Sabbath, Ratazaka, Haya, Aisha, Baharatazah, Kawa, Haya, Bashamayim, Nathan Lanawa, Lakam, Ka, Yawam, Wasalak Lanawa, Kawawat Nawa, Kasalak Nawa, Kawawat Yanawa, Wala'a, Tabaya Anawa, Banasa one, Above, how was shy now? Mayan, Rai, Kaya, Laka, Hamalakwa, Waha'ala, Wahata Pa'araf, La'ai Aman.
In the English, our Father which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Yahweh, thy kingdom come. Thy will be done. In earth. As it is in heaven. Give us this day. Our daily bread. And forgive us our debts. As we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation. But deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom. And the power. And the glory. Forever. And so be it. Amen.
Brother, you want to just take your head off a little bit since we're doing prayers? No sweat, you good. We're going to do one more, then we're going to start the class. Haka, which means the power. All right. Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai. Baba Shai. Nathan Lanawa. Haka. Lar Pa'a. Kal Makala. Wakal Marawa. Haka. La Tahar. Hamatazarayim. Haka. La Hakim. Hamakim. Haka. Arakawa. Patama Allah. Ladar Shun. Bashim Yahushai. The water. Aman.
In the English, Yahweh. In the name of Yahweh Shai. Please give us the power. The power to heal. All manner of sickness. And all manner of disease. The power to cleanse the leper. The power to raise the dead. The power against unclean spirits. To cast them out in the name. Yahweh Shai. Thank you, so be it.
All right, most high Christ, the third song. Be seated. Can you like those instances? Everybody give yourself a round of applause. Hey, y'all doing the right thing. It didn't seem like it a month ago. It didn't really seem like following the Lord was the right way to go a month ago. But when these murders started increasing, let me tell you something about COVID-19 or coronavirus, whatever one you call it. It's from the Lord. All right, this Lord said he would send famine and pestilences. You know what I'm saying? And COVID-19 is a pestilence. You know what COVID-19 caused to happen? It caused everybody to have to sit down at home and really look at their situation. You know what I'm saying? You can't just run from it anymore. Now you got to sit there. You got to be like Tyrese. What more do they want from me? You know what I'm saying? What more do these oppressors want from us? How many more marches do they want us to do? How many more stores do they want us to loot? How many more of us do they want to get murdered in the streets before it makes sense to treat black people like they got that they deserve some respect? How many more Hispanics got to be caged up at the borders before Hispanics deserve some damn respect? How much more this country got to get taken from Native Americans before they deserve respect? Well, because you've been planted at your house, you've been forced to really just look at how things is going. And I be on social media. I be on TikTok heavy now, you know what I'm saying? And now that TikTok was made for people that lost their jobs. So it really was made for people that didn't have nowhere to go. So now everybody damn near lost their job. So everybody's at home either trying to make a TikTok or they just scrolling through their phone and it's like, damn, what happened first? You had Ahmaud Arbery. You know, so you saw it. Have y'all seen that video? It's a horrible video. I saw it one time when I was just making videos. Then I watched it again, and it's just a horror to watch. It is even. I'm gonna tell you something minute you might not have paid attention to, because I didn't. When the dude that's recording, the one that looked like Mo from Three Stooges, when he was recording inside his car, silent. It is quiet in his car while he's videoing, and you hear a click sound. You know what I'm saying? Because they was hunting that bro. That wasn't like a video, because I've seen videos from the protest. When something happened you don't expect, everybody lose their mind. Like if a car run over somebody, everybody, oh! But he was in that vehicle quiet as a mouse, because he was watching like, yeah, if he mess up, I'm gonna get him. And that brother took 3 rifle shots to the chest. You can't live from that. Just for them to finally come out in court the other day talking about, he said, you know, F and Negro. You know, obviously he didn't say that. You know what I'm saying? Like, what else is he gonna say? This is white people hunt us the way they hunt antelopes, the way they hunt rhinoceroses, the way they hunt zebras. You know, and like, you ever seen Ace Ventura? Like that. That's what we are. We just I used to work at Napa, and there was this one house I would walk by with my client, and in his garage it was like hundreds of reindeer antler, whatever they call it, antlers, just hanging in his garage like trophies. It wasn't for no purpose, just to be like, I went hunting. You know what I'm saying? That's how they treat us. So now everybody is seeing what we've had to just deal with. We had to deal with Tamir Rice getting murdered. You know what I'm saying? But when Tamir Rice got murdered, it was like, yeah, that happened in 0.2, 3 seconds. But nobody cared because they had to go to work the next day. Now this happened. What's happened to us recently? Now everybody got to be like, okay, maybe, yeah, it's bad. You know, everybody was mad at Colin Kaepernick, especially sports people. I gave up on sports. He was like, he taking the knee. I'm like, I'm not even watching these football games anymore. You know what I'm saying? He took that knee. White people lost their mind. Drew Brees, they coming back at his old comment, you know what I'm saying, about the flag. You know what I'm saying? I guess he said something recently. I was like, bro, you didn't see what happened the other day? You know, but now everybody wants black people to be calm. When we were calm, we've been calm. So we've done calm for the past 400 years. You know what I'm saying? All we've ever been trying to do is get away from oppression. Get out of this slavery. That's your life. That's why you went to church. That's why you want to serve God, because you want that pie in the sky. You know what I'm saying? You want swing low, sweet chariot coming forth to carry me home. We want to get out of this oppressed condition we in. But the Lord said, look, I'm going to bring something to you that's going to make you have to just look at your condition. And instead of looking for a way out, serve me. And that's what brought y'all here today. Because y'all want to serve the Lord. I want to serve the Lord. And I'm glad that all the work that there's more brothers coming here. You know what I'm saying? I'm glad that all the work that we put in, I'm glad the work that Commander Journey and Hannah put in, that all that Abba Bivens put in back in 1969. Right. I'm glad it was all for something, because thank God for the ISUPK. Right. We are here. We are for you. We never gave up on black people. We've been loving black people forever. And ain't it a good thing to know that there's somebody that gave a damn about your life before you cared about it? Right. You thought you cared about your life. We've always cared about your life. And now you're in a time where everybody's acting like they care about your life. Black lives matter. Black lives have always mattered. I didn't need a hashtag for that. Your life always mattered. Hispanic lives always matter. Native American Indian lives have always mattered. You know what I'm saying? But because of what's happening right now everybody's seeing black people finally get fed up. But if you're really fed up, you in this room right now. So once again, I just want to give y'all a round of applause. Son Christ. So let's get to these scriptures real quick. First one I'm gonna need. Give me John chapter 8 and verse 32. You know, like all of these, I haven't heard one word. I saw T.D. Jakes in the picture, but I have not heard one word from T.D. Jakes. It was a sister that was speaking for George Floyd a couple of days. That's just a lot been happening these last couple of weeks. But she said she don't want the God of the New Testament. She want the God of the Old Testament. You know what that means? That means she want the God that get revenge. She want the God that took Israel out of Egypt and destroyed the Egyptians with plagues. You know what I'm saying? She wants that God. What she doesn't know is the God of the Old Testament is the same God in the New Testament. It's just that what we've been taught makes us think that. Cause you gotta really even think about that. Think about the fact that a lot of people, 99% of your life, you've been taught that the law is done away with, and because the law is done away with, you're taught to think like this. Think this way. Think God is all love, all of this. But when your son get murdered, then you're like, I don't want that guy. I want the one that's going to give me revenge. Not knowing it's the same book. It's about the same people. It's the same God. It's just that the religions that we follow make us believe it's something different. Go ahead and read that.
The book of John, chapter 8, verse 32. And ye shall know the truth.
Ye shall know what?
The truth.
Shall know the truth. Go ahead.
And the truth shall make you free.
Shall it set you free?
Make you free.
The truth gonna make you free. The truth is gonna free your mind from everything you've ever been taught concerning the Bible. And this is the time. Now you ain't got no excuse but to learn the Bible. You know what I'm saying? I was a young man, and I wish I would have read the Bible when I was a young man. But because I'm in the truth, I understand that wouldn't have been good enough. I could have read the Bible like a graphic novel, but I still wouldn't have gotten the understanding. But now you in a time where you can learn the truth. The truth, if you accept it, it's going to free your mind from everything. You looking at a freed mind. This brother right here, freed mind. This brother right here, freed mind. My wife, a freed mind. You know what I'm saying? Brother's wife, freed mind, because you learn that what you thought you knew about the Bible, it's not what the Bible is actually talking about. You know what I'm saying? But ye shall know the truth, and the truth going to make you free. Gotta take my phone off of that low battery. From there, give me Joel chapter 3, verse 10. All right, let's go back to the God of the Old Testament. You know what I'm saying? And what's really sad, about that sister is just knowing that it took this murder. And really, it wasn't the murder of George Floyd. It wasn't the murder of Ahmaud Arbery, Regis Paquette over there in Canada, Deion Johnson. What's the other brother's name? I think it was Sean Reed over there. You know what I'm saying? They got murdered on his live. It wasn't. That's not what's changing people. It's the response to their murders that is changing people. You know what I'm saying? The response to a Black Lives, a Breonna Taylor, how could I forget? You know what I'm saying? It's people actually responding to this murder that's causing people to change their thought process. You know what I'm saying? Because we dealt with it. We've been dealt with it. We dealt with Emmett Till. You know what I'm saying? I remember when I found out about Emmett Till, that hurt. That hurt a lot. You know what I'm saying? It didn't have to happen yesterday. It happened many years ago. And then to find out that the white woman that claimed he whistled at her on her deathbed gonna say, no, he didn't. It wasn't that. Like, you telling me this brother was mutilated? His mother had to, she open casketed him so people could see it. She didn't want it. She just did it to expose what had happened to him. You telling me his murder was all off of a lie? And you want to get with a white woman? You want to befriend white people? I don't want to. And I don't want you to do it. I don't want you to do it either, because it can only lead to your death. But we've been hurting since Birth of a Nation, since we heard Nat Turner.
Right.
You know, the slave narratives. You know what I'm saying? We've been hurting since before then, you know what I'm saying? But because now everybody cares, now it's trending. You know what I'm saying? That's the horrible part about it. But hey, who cares when you come in and when you get involved, as long as you recognize it's time to go. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead. Joel chapter 3, verse 10.
The book of Joel, chapter 3, verse 10. Beat your plowshares into swords.
Does anybody know what a plowshare is, by chance?
It's used to gather like
Absolutely. Absolutely. It's something that's non-violent.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's for the field. But the Lord said, beat it into a sword. So if it was bent, the Lord wants you to straighten it out, sharpen it into a sword. Go ahead.
And your pruning hooks into spears.
You understand? He wants you to turn something that you use to prune, turn it into something that's a spear now. Now you can Leonidas somebody with something. You know what I'm saying? It used to be a tool for your field. Now it's turning into a tool for war. Go ahead.
Let the weak say, I am strong.
Let the what?
The weak say, I am strong.
If you think you weak, you think you don't have the courage or the spirit, the Lord said, let the weak say, I am strong. This ain't a time to be, incapable of responding to a situation. When I saw that George Floyd video, I would have stopped that murder. If I was in front of him, because anybody that's ever seen the video is the sister video recording. The Asian dude is, stopping the brother. That's like, man, if don't put your hand on me, man, I'll out of you. You know what I'm saying? Had myself and Kakum been there, I'd have looked back at Kakum and said, Kakum, I get tired of Asian dude. He kind of caught me, and I would have rushed that white boy off of George Floyd's neck. And like General Hyman would have said, I would put my neck in the place of his knee.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Instead of him getting arrested, let me get arrested. But the brother gonna live. You know what I'm saying? I'll make myself a spectacle so that black people will say, we don't have to stand around and watch him murder. We can prevent it. Give your life for his life. That's what Christ did for us. Christ died for our sins. Christ didn't do anything to die. So why is our life so important that we put it before another brother's life? You know what I'm saying? Just especially knowing how white people are. The minute that Harambe, that damn gorilla that was saving the black boy that fell into the gorilla enclosure, what did they do? His father wasn't even there. They pulled up his police record. You know what I'm saying? Just knowing that that's how our oppressor is, I'd rather take the blame. Because we pull up my record, ain't nothing gonna come up. Anything that do come up, it's in the past. You know what I'm saying? I'm not doing it anymore. But that's something I got from being in the truth. That was me before I was weak. Now I'm strong enough to know that that's the type of person I would be. Right. You know what I'm saying? But outside of the world, let me tell you something. When I used to smoke weed, I wasn't strong. I was not. I was very weak. My wife can tell me some horrible thing, and I'd be like, but you okay though, right? You know what I'm saying? Now I would never be that type of person. Somebody said, what? Somebody did what? I'm there. You know what I'm saying? That's why the Lord said, beat your plowshare into a sword, your pruning hook into a spear, and let the weak say, I am strong. Say you're strong. You might think you're weak. Say you're strong. That's the kind of God you serve.
Right.
Speak it into existence, man. Let the weak say, I am strong, and be that person. All right. Now take me to Baruch chapter 3 and verse 4. All right. Like, the horrible thing, another horrible thing is all of these devils, man, making jokes about the death of black people. What did they do with Trayvon Martin for Halloween? What they do? You know what I'm saying? They put the black face on, they put the hoodie on, some of them get an Arizona pack of Skittles.
Right.
George Zimmerman's still alive. Still alive, getting in and out of trouble. You know what I'm saying? It's a horrible thing that they will make a joke about the life of the Lord's chosen people. The Lord said, he that toucheth you have touched the apple of mine eye. So the Lord, there's not one death that the Lord has forgotten. You know what I'm saying? So don't think my uncle died in a dice game. It wasn't nothing special. You know what I'm saying? But the Lord know why he died in a dice game. Because of this oppression. To where black people will look at another black person and say, over $20, I'm going to shoot you and kill you. You know what I'm saying? The same way George Floyd got murdered over supposedly a counterfeit check or something like that, $20. Saying this oppression is what's destroying us. But go ahead, give me Baruch chapter 3, verse 4.
The book of Baruch, chapter 3, verse
Verse 4.
Verse 4. O Lord Almighty,
Nehemiah. What's the number?
thou God of Israel, hear now the prayers of the dead Israelites.
And now what?
Hear now the prayers of the dead Israelites.
Like, there's a prayer that you prayed in your life. You know what I'm saying? And you want the Lord to hear that prayer. That prayer was like, get me out of this hell. He said, make a change. What do I got to do to serve you, God, to change this condition I'm in? I don't want to sell out. But damn, what if you that brother that make that prayer the night before you die? You know what I'm saying? The night before you get murdered. Well, let me tell you something about the Bible. The Bible even considers you. Read it from the top.
O Lord Almighty, the God of Israel.
The God of who?
Israel.
The God of blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. Go ahead.
Hear now the prayers of the dead Israelites.
Hear the prayers of the dead Israelites, man. You think George Floyd and Ahmaud Arbery met up and was like, man, forgetting white people? You know, you think they was like black, all lives matter in that moment? If they can make a final prayer, I'm pretty sure George Floyd was like, make sure that devil dies tonight, if possible. Right. You know what I'm saying? Remember the prayers of the dead Israelites, man. Don't live a life trying to make it better for your oppressor. Live a life trying to make it better for the oppressed. You know what I'm saying? And you're going to have to pray for your people. We pray for the power against all manner of sicknesses and disease, to cleanse the lepers, the power to raise the dead, the power against unclean spirits. Those are our prayers, man. Let those be your prayers. Don't pray that Becky responds with a yes. Don't pray that Karen hires you. Who give a damn about Karen? Get hired by Bontiqua. You know what I'm saying? Let Lakeisha be your mate. You know what I'm saying? But don't pray to serve your oppressor. Don't pray to be the best street sweeper like Martin Luther King wanted you to be for your oppressor. You know what I'm saying? Pray that your people take over the world and rule planet Earth, so that we can go to Jupiter, so we can go to Saturn, so we can go to Uranus, so we can go to a door planet and actually find out what's on there and bring the minerals back to our planet. But don't pray for the white man to succeed. He's already succeeded, and he's continuing to succeed in murdering you and getting off scot-free. Remember the prayer of the dead Israelites. Go ahead.
And of their children, which have sinned before thee.
What have we done?
Sinned before thee.
Listen, our ancestors prayed for us, and the problem is we sinned before them. You know what I'm saying? Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, those are our forefathers. And they prayed. Abraham left his country and believed the Lord to get a land that he'd never been in. You know what I'm saying? And that's the land of Israel. That whole Middle East, the Middle East is our homeland. America is not Hispanics' homeland. It's not Native Americans' homeland. It's damn sure not black folks' homeland. We from that whole Middle East. Just look at a map. That's our land. You know what I'm saying? We want that back, man. But we lost it because we've sinned before the Most High. Go ahead.
And not hearken unto the voice of thee, their God. Like it. For the which cause these plagues cleave on to us.
You know what I'm saying? COVID-19, it cleaves onto us. Getting murdered by the white man, it cleaves onto us, man. Diabetes, it cleaves onto us. All of these things, they cleave onto us because we haven't turned back to the Lord. But now we got a chance to. This is your time to turn back towards the Lord better than ever before.
Right.
I get it, man. I get it. I get peer pressure. I get being too busy. I understand that a lot of things are more important than God. I get that. But now nothing's more important than God. You know what I'm saying? Now, who give a damn about peer pressure? You can't see your friends anyway. Everybody out there looting, right? But where they going to go with the stuff? I got a nice fit for the club, but the club is shut down because of coronavirus. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got nothing stopping you from serving the Lord right now. Just serve the Lord. Serve the Lord. It's beautiful, because what does the Lord want? The Lord wants 144,000. That's right. That's all. He's not even asking for all black people. All he needs is 144,000 black, Hispanic, and Native Indians from each tribe. That's just 12,000 out of each tribe. That's a small city. And we're going to rule the whole earth. What's a small city in our area? What, like Hayward? Hayward. He just need Hayward. That's all he need. And Hayward will rule earth. You know what I'm saying? That's all the Lord needs. He's not asking for a lot of us. He's never asked much of us. You know what I'm saying? So now that we got the time, man, what you gonna do? Serve Allah? You gonna serve? I don't even know who the Amun Ra people serve. You gonna serve the Ankh? You know what I'm saying? You gonna serve Buddha? You gonna serve white Jesus? What has white Jesus done for you? Not a damn thing. White Jesus is the reason you trying to forgive white people. If you knew Christ was black, let me tell you something. Slavery wouldn't have worked if they didn't overwrite the pictures with white images. You can't enslave the people that look like the people in the Bible and give them the Bible. It don't work like that.
Right.
That's like somebody giving you your photo album and saying this ain't you. But then no, it's you, your names, your memories, but then everybody white. You'd be like, man, I went to that beach. The hell? No. I went to that beach. Right. It's a damn lie. You wouldn't go for it. You know what I'm saying? But they destroyed us so much that now is the time to find out what the hell did they lie to me about that I didn't know. You know what I'm saying? It's the time to do that. Find out who you are. But because we haven't, because we've sinned before the Lord, man, we've been plagued with everything. What's the worst plague? The worst plague is to have to serve your oppressor in want of all things. You know what I'm saying? We need white people for we mad about Flint, Michigan, right? With their water situation, right? Because we don't have no water company. Damn, you telling me there'll be a post next year that say Flint, Michigan still don't have no water. Damn, black people still don't have a water company that can go in there and give Flint, Michigan some water. You know what I'm saying? Because we've been oppressed by the worst type of people, and that's the white man. You know what I'm saying? But we can turn it around right now. In this time, we can turn it around. Give me 1 Kings chapter 8, verse 47. This is the time. This is the time. And know this, my brothers, like we don't look at people that ready to serve the Lord as late. The Lord said in a parable, he said there was a man who had a field, but he needed workers to go in it. So he had some people that went in the first hour. Then he saw there wasn't enough, so he got some more men at the next hour. Said, "I'm gonna give you what I'm gonna give the people in the first hour, a penny." Boom, one more. The third hour, the third portion of the day, more men came, 1 penny. At the end of the day, everybody got 1 penny. He was like, y'all mad because I'm giving everybody a penny? It's my field. I can decide how much I'm gonna pay. So it's not about us being like, oh, y'all care, huh? It's fine. I'm glad you care now. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead,
Verse was that?
It's 1 Kings chapter 8, verse 47. First Kings chapter 8 and verse 47. When you got it, go ahead.
Fine. Book of 1 Kings, chapter 8, verse 47. Yet, if there shall bethink themselves.
If they shall what?
Bethink themselves.
Does anybody know what bethink is? That's a good word to look up. I'll look it up, but if you have a phone and want to just look it up also. What you got to always understand about the Bible is translated from Hebrew. The New Testament is translated from Greek. So words mean something. They also have more than one meaning in a lot of cases. So you don't ever want to just see a word and like, oh, I know what it means. Just take a second to find out what it means. But think on reflection. Come to think. So if you reflect like we have a chance to right now we got a chance to just reflect on our whole situation in America, our whole religious life. Reflect on it. Now that you got a moment, read it again.
Yet, if they shall bethink themselves in the land whither they were carried captives.
What land have we been carried captive? America. This ain't where we from. The Lord said, you shall go into Egypt again with ships. How did we get to America? Ships. This is the land of our captivity. Egypt is a Greek word that means bondage. We have not left Egypt. We have been in America for the past 1492 to 2020, damn near 600 years. You know what I'm saying? It's been a long time we've been in captivity. But even in that aspect, the Lord said through Solomon, go ahead, if they shall what?
Bethink themselves in the land whither they were carried captives, and repent and make supplication.
Meaning you repent like I did wrong. I'm sorry. I'm not gonna do this I'm not gonna do this horrible thing that I've been doing ever again, and give supplication. I mean, I'm gonna show you. My actions are gonna prove that I repent. So you in the land, you like, damn, this can't be it. Then you hear about the truth. You're like, oh snap, you mean so we Israelites. What can I do now, man? Stop smoking weed, man. Stop fornicating. Don't be adulterous. Don't celebrate these, like, what's coming up? What's the next holiday coming up in America? No, please. So what y'all doing 4th of July? Y'all gonna celebrate with white people? You know what I'm saying? Most High Christ. You know what I'm saying? Most High. See, that's be thinking. That is absolutely be thinking, because it's the beginning of recognizing that the Declaration of Independence ain't had shit to do with you. It was about white people separating from other white people and saying all white people are created equal. You know what I'm saying? But you're going to have friends that say, hey, come on, man, come to the barbecue. Philando Castile got killed on July 5th, the day after 4th of July. He had celebrated 4th of July with his rib. It was smoking. I seen the video. I love it, brother. I just hate to know he got murdered. They have to celebrate such a horrible holiday. You know what I'm saying? We in the land of our captivity. If we just be like, man, I wasn't independent when they signed this Declaration of Independence. They probably had me bring bring my drink. All men are created equal. You know what I'm saying? Right. Like we were slaves when they were signing it. You know what I'm saying? When they were writing it. So we just would think like, man, I ain't gonna do that no more. I'll show the Lord that I want to serve him. I won't eat no more pork. I will definitely not date outside of my people. Who are my people? Boom. I can have as many women as I want with my people. Boom. You know what I'm saying? If you do the right thing before the Lord, keep reading.
And make supplication unto thee in the land of them that carried them captives, saying, we have sinned and have done perversely, and we have committed wickedness.
Keep going.
Verse 48. And so return unto thee with all their heart.
Meaning your whole mind turns back to serving the Lord. Keep going.
And with all their soul.
With all your spirit. Your spirit is the spirit of the Lord. Keep going.
In the land of their enemies.
Not in Israel. Where?
In the land of their enemies.
In the land of who?
Their enemies.
The Lord said they are your enemies. The British is your enemies. The Americans are your enemies. The Spaniards are our enemies. The Portuguese are our enemies. The Africans are our enemies. We're in all those lands. You know what I'm saying? If we in Asia, Asia got signs that say no Negroes. You know what I'm saying? They will not give you housing or feed you because that's the land of your enemy. They know that they're your enemy. You don't know they're your enemy. But everywhere you go, if it ain't Israel, and if it ain't Israel run by black people, you're in the land of your enemies.
Right.
Go ahead.
Which led them away captives, and pray unto thee toward their land.
Towards our land is east. That's why when we prayed, we said, Wapan Yakwadan, face the east. You know what I'm saying? Because we're praying towards our land. Go ahead.
Which thou gavest unto their fathers.
Our fathers had that land. We don't have that land. Keep going.
The city which thou hast chosen.
Jerusalem. Go ahead.
And the house which I have built for thy name.
The house of David. Go ahead.
Verse 49. They hear thou their prayer.
Read that again.
Then hear thou their prayer.
Hear thou their prayers. If they doing all of this to serve you, God, hear their prayers. Go ahead.
And their supplication in heaven.
And see what they're doing in heaven. Go ahead.
Thy dwelling place. And maintain their cause.
Like, don't let them serve. Don't forsake them. You say whatever they asking for, if you praying in the name of Christ, meaning you're praying for something Christ would believe in. Praying for $1 million ain't praying for Christ. Praying that your oppressor, praying that what's his name, Derek Chauvin gets life in prison or the death penalty.
Right.
He gonna respect that. Why? Because he murdered your brother. He gonna respect that. You know what I'm saying? Praying that the ghetto rises from being a bad thing. Praying that rich niggas will not leave the ghetto but will build the ghetto. That's a prayer that Christ is going to reverence and send to the Most High. You know what I'm saying? Make a prayer that makes some sense. Not a prayer about yourself. Pray for your people. You know what I'm saying? That they get out of this condition. Pray that your people wake up right now during COVID-19, during all these protests and riots. Pray your people separate. This is the time to pray for black people to want to separate from white people.
Right.
That's a prayer that the Lord is going to hear. Go ahead. Hey, Noah.
Verse 50.
I'll be doing extra stuff. Go ahead.
And forgive thy people that have sinned against thee.
And do what?
Forgive thy people that have sinned against thee.
Uh-huh.
And all their transgressions, wherein they have transgressed against thee. And give them compassion.
And give them what?
Compassion.
And give them what?
Compassion.
The Lord is compassionate, man. He wants compassion from the God that made heaven and earth. And here King Solomon is praying for you 4,000 years ago. He like, man, if they just, wherever they at, if they think about you and want to change their life and serve you, man, hear their prayer, have compassion on them. You think Solomon knew George Floyd was... Okay, listen. King Solomon would be damned if George Floyd had his neck compressed to death. If King Solomon was alive and saw that when it happened, he would have flown a Lear jet. No, he would have flown a stealth jet and plumed that white boy real quick. The hell is going on my phone? Right. Is he alive right now? Get someone over there. Just stop this from happening right now. King Solomon prayed so long ago for us today, man. Right. That's what our fathers did, man. When King Solomon was sitting there with his gold teeth and all his diamonds and jewelry and his garment looking fly, he prayed for you. He prayed for me. If we would just think about our condition and want to change, man. Right. Please, Lord, hear their prayer and have compassion on them. Keep going.
Before them who carried them captive, that they may have compassion on them. Verse 51. For they be thy people.
For they be what?
Thy people.
Go ahead.
And thine inheritance, which thou broughtest forth out of Egypt, from the midst of the furnace of iron.
You know what I'm saying? Like, Egypt was horrible, man. It was a furnace of iron. You ever been in a furnace? And it's hot. It's hot, it's hot, it's hot. It's just heat. And that's what it was like in Egypt. It was brick and mortar and sweltering heat. And America was cotton and fields and smoldering heat, man. It's the same thing. You know what I'm saying? Just because it don't feel like it now, just because we have smartphones, don't make it any better. When the last time you seen a white boy lose his life on camera? Live, is somebody just on camera catch a white man dying at the hands of a white man? Not even another black person. When the last time you seen a white cop kill a white person? I've never seen it happen. I've heard about it. No one's ever shown me a video. But I've seen the video of the white man wielding one of these, swinging the sword at the cops, and they backing up. Sir, calm down. That video is 8 minutes. George Floyd's video is 10 minutes because the sister was filming after his murder. 7 minutes. 7 minutes. Wow. Tamir Rice's was less than seconds. You know what I'm saying? So you got to understand, man, it's been a furnace of iron for us in this country. This is a horrible life, and we came in a horrible time. Right. But the beautiful thing is you was here before, and you're going to be here after you die. The beautiful thing about that, Christ's going to be ruling when you come back. I pray you alive when Christ come back. because it's looking like Christ's gonna be here in like T-1 to 2 months. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
January up into May has been hell.
Right.
Christ probably coming in September. Like, what's happening, nigga? Yeah, it's me.
Right.
Christ with the fro. Yeah, y'all thought I was white. Hell no. Nah. I've been hearing all that. He might come next year. But this is the time, man. This is the time to serve the Lord. Keep going.
Verse 52. That thine eyes may be open unto the supplication of thy servant, and unto the supplication of thy people Israel.
Go ahead.
To hearken unto them in all that they call for unto thee.
Keep going.
For thou didst separate them from among all the people of the earth.
We're not supposed to be with all these other nations. Lord separated us from everybody. You see what happens when we come together with everybody?
Right.
We get murdered by everybody. The Lord separated us because he already know how everybody else is. Keep going.
To be thine inheritance, as thou speakest by the hand of Moses thy servant, when thou broughtest our fathers out of the Egypt, our fathers out of Egypt, O Lord God.
What? From there, give me Ecclesiasticus, chapter 35 and verse 1. All right. This is the time. Right now, we're in the midst of a high holy day, the Feast of First Fruits. Passover was supposed to happen May 9th? May 9th, you know what I'm saying? But because of coronavirus, the the center in which we was going to have the Passover, they turned it into a hospital. So we wasn't able to go in there. We were trying to have it the next month, but that didn't work out. You know what I'm saying? So now we keeping it pushing. You know what I'm saying? Commander Junior Hanna, he's going to let us know if Passover going to happen anytime in this month or if it's going to happen next month. Whenever it happens, it's going to happen. You know what I'm saying? But but the beautiful thing is Passover. Do you know anything about Passover?
A little bit.
What do you know about?
I know it's time when God sent his angels to enact their vengeance on the people of Egypt for foreigners.
All right. And look what the Lord did. We didn't actually we didn't get to have our Passover feast, but he brought a death angel out of Wuhan, China. You know what I'm saying? And it killed a lot of people. You know what I'm saying? Unfortunately, the problem is a lot of black people, we didn't have the blood of that lamb on our doorpost. Right. You know what I'm saying? We was out there with the Egyptians, eating what the Egyptians eat, partying with the Egyptians, and a lot of us caught it. You know what I'm saying? But instead of having a Passover, look what the Lord done brought. He done brought riots. He done brought nation against nation. Kingdom is about to come against kingdom. Donald Trump talking about when they start looting, we start shooting.
Right.
Donald Trump talking mad garbage. He was in a bunker. They shut out the lights to the White House. Like, America is falling. I'll take that. I would love to see my brothers. I'd love to see my brothers. But man, watching America fall, it makes this work that much more like, I'm glad I was here, nowhere else. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Give me Ecclesiastes 35 and 8.
The book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 35, verse 8. Give the Lord his honor.
Give the Lord his honor. The Lord deserves honor. You know what I'm saying? That's why we say Most High in Christ. We say, somebody say, hey, brother, I like what you're doing. Most High in Christ, man, because we give the Lord his honor. It ain't me.
Right.
I am nothing. I'm everything and nothing at the same time. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Keep going.
With a good eye.
With a good eye, man. With a good light. You know what I'm saying? Don't do it like half-heartedly. Give him his full honor. You know what I'm saying? Keep going.
And diminish not the first fruits of thine hand.
Diminish not what?
The first fruits of thine hand.
It's the feast of the first fruits, man. Don't give him anything less than the best. That's what the first fruit. The first fruit is the best. So if you have there was a time when we had farms and orchards. So to give a sacrifice, it has to be a sacrifice. You can't give something that's already weak. Like you got a lamb that limp or got 3 legs. That's not a sacrifice. That's you was like, good, here, you can take that one. A sacrifice is the best of what you got. Give the best of what you got, you know what I'm saying? So that's how you want to deal with the Lord. Give him the first fruits. Go ahead.
Verse 9. In all thy gifts, show a cheerful countenance.
Mm-hmm.
And dedicate thy tithes with gladness.
Meaning, don't do anything for the Lord half-heartedly. If you got to pay your 10%, don't do it like this. Oh, man, I could have got some Jordans with these. I should have went and looted. Then I could have gave it to him. If I'd have looted the other day, got them at that Foot Locker store, man. I could have got it, man. My boy said he got me. You know what I'm saying? Don't do it like that. Give the Lord his 10% because he deserves it. You know what I'm saying? Do it like, yes, I'm glad. When I get my tithes, I'm always happy. I'm like, this is going to Commander Junior Yohana. You know what I'm saying? He going to put it to use for another brother in the truth or out the truth. Like, I do it gladly. You know what I'm saying? That's how you want to do it because you're doing it for the Lord. Keep going.
Verse 10. Give unto the Most High according as he hath enriched thee.
The Lord, he did, like, people got that stimulus check, right? The stimulus, my house got, I got healthy kids and I'm married. So I think we got like 3 something. So I made sure I gave my 10%. I wasn't about to sit here and be like, damn, I can get a whole PlayStation with that. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't think like that. Just get a Lord what he deserves. If you get an increase, give it to the Lord. Nehemiah. Oh, somebody else? There's somebody else. Good job. Keep reading.
And as thou hast gotten, give with a cheerful eye. Verse 11. For the Lord recompense like it.
Mm-hmm.
And will give thee 7 times as much.
So Lord, he'll give you more than what you can give him. The Lord love to multiply. Yeah. Now, Nehemiah, whichever one you are, Nehemiah, go to your mama. Thank you. Keep going. You know what I'm saying? Peter came to Christ and said, how many times shall I forgive my brother? Until 7 times? Christ was like, not until 7 times 70 and 7 times. Meaning a whole bunch of times. That's the God you serve. You serve a God that's like, if you give me this, I'll give you way more than you could ever give me. It's nothing to me. It's a sacrifice. It's the best of what you got. Give me the best. I'll give you the best. Abraham was going to give him Isaac. Abraham was going to sacrifice Isaac to the Lord. And the Lord gave us Jesus Christ. A better sacrifice than Isaac ever would have been. You know what I'm saying? 7 times better than that. You know what I'm saying? So you have to operate with that mind serving the Lord. Don't be like, damn, I'm not going to make it. In a UPK, you got brotherhood. You got people that's here for you. Right. You know what I'm saying? So you're never alone. If you need counsel, you get counsel. Right. You know, brothers, fathers come into the truth. And now that son has a father that can give him even better advice than he would have given him before. That's right. I'm going to be such a great advisor to my children now than I would have ever been without the truth. Without the truth, I'd have been like, well, hey, here, you got to do what you got to do, son. Go ahead. I'd be passing the blunt to my son. That's not a time to give somebody advice. You know what I'm saying? But now I'd be like, boy, don't do that dumb stuff. You know what I'm saying? Don't do this. This is what's going to get you to point A, to point B, to point C. You know what I'm saying? But that's how the Lord works. He gives you better than what you could have got on your own. Now give me Leviticus chapter 23 and verse 15. We're going to read that to verse 17. I have a gang of verses that we're not going to get to, so I'm going to skip ahead. Leviticus chapter 23 and verse 15.
Chapter what?
Leviticus chapter 23 and verse 15. This chapter is all the high holy days for Israelites, all the ones that the Lord ordained. Then you have Purim as well. You have Hanukkah, which is in December, where they get not really where they get Christmas from, but that time period. You also have, what's another one you get from outside of, no, it's Purim and Hanukkah. Those are the main 2 you get outside of this chapter. When you got it, go ahead.
Okay. Book of Leviticus, chapter 23, verse 15.
Uh-huh.
And ye shall count unto you from the morrow after the Sabbath, from the day that ye brought the sheep of the wave offering. 7 Sabbaths shall be complete.
So a Sabbath is 7 days. So 7 of them is 49 days. So normally this would be happening, and it is happening, 50 days after the 50 days after Passover. You know what I'm saying? So if Passover was in April, we're doing this in June. Whatever 50 days would be from the day of Passover, we'll be doing the Feast of First Fruits. Go ahead.
Verse 16. Even unto the morrow, after the 7th Sabbath, shall ye number 50 days. And ye shall offer a new meat offering unto the Lord. Ye shall bring out of your habitations 2 wave loaves of 2/10 deals. They shall be they shall be of fine flour. They shall be baken with leaven. They are the first fruits unto the Lord.
They are what?
The first fruits unto the Lord.
They are the best that you got unto the Lord. Now, Passover, we do the Feast of Unleavened Bread after that, and that's 7 days with no flour. This Feast of First Fruit, like, the beautiful thing about being an Israelite is if you do it right, every year your house gets more glorious and more Israelited out than it was before. So like this room, it's like this right now. But when it comes to Hanukkah, we're going to deck it out with shields. And then by the next Hanukkah, more shields, more swords, more garments. And then the next one, more and more and more. And before you know, your house is just Israel. Before you just look at it. Israel. Israel. Somebody come to your house, oh, you a Jew? You damn right I'm a damn Jew. Been doing this for so damn, like the way Christians have crosses, the way Catholics have those rosary things. It's important, you know what I'm saying? They get it more glorious over time. Well, that's how our culture is supposed to be. It's supposed to be get more glorious as it goes. It's not supposed to stay how it is when it's cheap. You know what I'm saying? The more brothers coming here, it gets more glorious. It's a more crowd. It's just like that. You know what I'm saying? That's how our culture is. You just keep building it up. You know what I'm saying? And that's a part of you giving the Lord your first fruit. Go ahead. That's good for that. Give me Matthew chapter 5, verse 48. So once again, if you just read all of Leviticus chapter 23, you'll see every high holy day that the Lord had Moses give us. So where Passover and unleavened bread was no leaven, now we back to leaven. So that's why you're giving them 2 loaves of bread. So these are the trays we use for the bread. You know what I'm saying? So you have bread here, bread there, stuff like that. But you just get better as you go along every year. Matthew chapter 5, verse 48.
Book of Matthew chapter 5, verse 48. Be ye therefore perfect.
Be ye therefore what?
Perfect.
Perfect. It seems like something you can't do because I know a lot of people say you can't be perfect. None of us are perfect. What did Christ say?
Be ye therefore perfect.
Keep going.
Even as your Father which is in heaven is perfect.
So Christ would not tell you to do something that's impossible. He would not tell you if he gonna say you be perfect the way God is perfect, that means it's doable. He also didn't say as I'm in heaven, because Christ ain't God. The Most High and Christ, they 2 different entities. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
2 different people. So he's saying, be you therefore perfect as your Father in heaven is perfect. Meaning keep the law. Keep these laws. And this is New Testament. He said the law is what makes you perfect.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Knowing not to eat pork makes you perfect. Knowing not to date outside of your race makes you perfect. Knowing what is a part of your culture, it makes you perfect. Because the world will look at you and be like, God damn, these brothers, these sisters is different. Shalom, how about you mess up with the thumb? You know what I'm saying? Christ would never tell you to do an impossible thing. If he's saying be perfect, because it's doable. In the UPK, we perfect. And we'll show you how to be perfect.
Right.
All right. From there, give me John chapter 3, verse 3. We're about an hour in. We have John chapter 3, verse 3. We're going to end around 8:30. The Lord sent one plague and one riot, and now you have a curfew,
Right.
like a damn child. The white man cannot tackle God.
Right.
He not ready for God. He not ready for Christ. The white man not ready to see an actual flying saucer, man. That's how Christ coming back. He left on a flying saucer. He coming back on a flying saucer, and it's gonna be 200. It's gonna be 199 million of them with him. You know what I'm saying? 999,990. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be a gang of flying saucers with him, and he gonna be in one of them. You know what I'm saying? Because they not ready for even a plague. How they gonna be ready for you when you ruling over them?
Right.
White people think that black people gonna rule like they did. I'm not gonna touch a white woman. A white woman will never be attractive to me. An Asian woman will never attract me or any of these brothers. You know what I'm saying? There won't be no breaking the buck. Cause I'm not gonna put my rod in no goddamn man. To do what? What is that doing? That's just destroying his image and his woman's side. But it's not gonna help. Shalom, yeah, but you know what I'm saying? None of that is going to do anything. The white man knows how he is. Shalom, yeah, but you know the white man knows how horrible he is, so he thinks we're going to be just as horrible. We're not. We're not savages. Shalom, yeah, we are not savage beasts the way the white man is. We are going to rule them in a way where they get double the punishment. And when it's all over, we cut all their heads off. Right. It's going to come a time where you'll never see a white person when we rule. They're going to be our slaves for about upwards of 1,000 years, and then you can only see them in the museum. And we'll be like, yeah, they're never going to exist. That's their future. Right. You know what I'm saying? That's why they should live it up while they got it. They shouldn't be wasting their time messing with us.
Right.
Because when we rule, we're not going to give a damn about them, and we're going to kill all of them. Some of us going to be savage with it. Right. Some of us is going to be clean with it. I want to be surgical with it. I'll be like Dexter. You know what I'm saying? I never watched the show, but I assume he was a doctor. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like, what they're doing to themselves is a waste of time. If they knew these scriptures the way they claimed them in scripture, then they would leave us the hell alone because they would know their time is short. Sure. You want to take over, Reed? Nah. Take a second. All right, no sir. All right. Give me Nehemiah. Back up. I didn't say get down. I said back up. Give me John chapter 3, verse 3 one more time. John 3, come.
The book of John, chapter 3, verse 3. Yahushua answered and said unto him, Verily, verily, I say unto thee, except a man be born again, he cannot seek the kingdom of Yahweh.
You know what I'm saying? Can't see the kingdom of God and the kingdom of the power. Unless a man be born again, none of this is going to make sense to you, man. How in the world can you be born again? The way you are born again is you don't think so literal like white people. White people think that you got to wear the law like a bracelet around your arm. Them fake Jews, they wear a strap on their arm and it's supposed to be the law, and they tie a little box right here for frontlets. And that's supposed to prove that they know the law. That's because they don't know how to read slang. This is how black people talk. The Bible is not written by white people, it's written by black people, Hispanic people, and Native Indian people. So our lingo. You know what I'm saying? Read that one more time.
One time. The book of John, chapter 3, verse 3. Yahushua answered and said unto him, Verily, verily, I say unto thee, except a man be born again, he cannot see the kingdom of God.
You know what I'm saying? You have to be born again, meaning your mind has to be renewed to understand what's being said right now. Keep going.
Verse 4. Nicodemus saith unto him.
So Nicodemus, he's like a TD Jakes. He's somebody that's respected. People like, oh yeah, he a priest. You know what I'm saying? He's a Levite, pretty much. He's one of them. He's one of the people he's a Sadducee. You know what I'm saying? That's what T.D. Jakes would be today. He'd be like the Sadducee. You know what I'm saying? So Nicodemus like, go ahead, keep reading.
How can a man be born when he is old?
I'm gonna be born again, cause he old. How can a man be born as old? Keep going.
Can he enter the second time into his mother's womb and be born?
Now, if he had known the scriptures, he would know that ain't damn possible. Even Miriam in the time of Ruth and Oprah, she said, Ruth was like, I'm gonna stay with you. She's like, woman, my son is dead, and even if I can have another kid, what you gonna do? You gonna wait until he's old enough just to marry him? Like, it's foolishness. He would know that what he just said was foolishness. So he gonna say to Christ, how can a man be born again that's already old? Can he go inside his mama again and be born? Like, come on, man. You should know damn well that ain't possible. It's not how it works. Go ahead.
Yahushua answered, verily, verily, I say unto thee.
Meaning of a truth I say unto thee. Go ahead.
Except a man be born of water and of the Spirit, he cannot enter into the kingdom of heaven.
So,
the kingdom of God.
You know what I'm saying? So what is that water? That water is learning. You're learning the word. You understand? Before you weren't taught. You were just whatever your parents said, that's what it was. So you think, water? I gotta go get baptized at a church. So you'll go to a church, you'll dip into some water and think, I've been born again. That ain't what Christ is talking about. You understand? Because he said water and the Spirit. The water is the word of God. The Spirit is inside of you that changes.
Right.
To be someone that's never lived life before. Keep reading. I'll break it down in a second.
He cannot enter into the kingdom of God.
Mm-hmm.
Verse 6. That which is born of the flesh is flesh.
So when you came out of your mom, you were born of flesh. Go ahead.
And that which is born of the Spirit is spirit.
Now how in the hell does that work? I thought you had a spirit when you was born. Christ is messing me up right now. Read that one again.
That which is born of the flesh is flesh.
So my children, I was a child. We came out of our mother. We were born of flesh. Keep going.
And that which is born of the Spirit is spirit.
How the Spirit gonna give birth? It's not the same as your birth into the world. He's trying to let them know that it ain't going inside of your mama again. That's going, since you want to be sarcastic, that ain't what's gonna make you brand new. Keep going.
Verse 7. Marvel not that I said unto thee, ye must be born again.
So don't focus on that part. You focus on the wrong. He trying to tell Nicodemus, you worried about the wrong thing. Stop worrying about coming out of a woman to be born again. Think, how can you be born again? Right. How can I make you like a different type of music? I have to let you hear a different type of music, and then you're like, oh, I do like flute music. You know what I'm saying? I'm just using something real simple. But if all your life you've only known one thing, someone has to introduce something new to you to help you understand that, oh, this is what I should have been paying attention to.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Your whole life, you thought heaven was a place you go, and hell was a place you go. You have to learn that it has more than one meaning. And that is the water that washes you. And the spirit that you take is a spirit that is different than the one you had before. So you forget everything you learned before, and now you operate your life like today is your first day. That's to be born of the Spirit. The flesh was when you, how old are you, if I may? 21 years ago, you were born in the flesh. 21 years later, you can be born of the Spirit. So you forget everything that you thought about this Bible that you learned in 21 years, and now you learn what the Bible is talking about 21 years and up from the right teacher. You learn from Nicodemus, you're going to be like, how can a man be born again? If I go in the womb, learn from Christ, you'll know, oh no, it's learning what it's saying, the actual truth about the Bible. Keep going.
Verse 8. The wind bloweth where it listeth, and thou hearest the sound thereof.
So wind blows, you don't know where it came from, but you hear it when it whistles past your ears. But you don't know where it came from. Keep going.
But thou canst not tell whence it cometh, and whither it goeth. So is everyone that is born of the Spirit.
So you don't know what you're going to hear that's going to change you into the man you're supposed to be. You understand? But when you come on the Isupk, this is the spirit that you hear that says, oh, that makes you say, oh, okay, this is how it's supposed to be. You know, so I ain't supposed to celebrate my birthday. I ain't supposed to believe in the Africans or Israelites. I ain't supposed to believe that God loves everybody. You take on a new spirit, whereas prior to this, you were like, yeah, God loves everybody. You know what I'm saying? Smoke, weed comes from the earth. We can smoke it. But you learn the truth that ain't what it's about. It's not about that. You know what I'm saying? But the world is going to have you be like, it's about that. So you got to be born again. That allows you to give Lord a better version of yourself.
Right.
Instead of what you've been giving them, now you can give them a sacrifice, a first fruit. Like, this is me now. I'm giving you everything I goddamn got, Lord.
That's right.
Now you're able to do that because you've been born again with water, and now you have the Spirit. Keep going.
Okay. Verse 9. Nicodemus answered and said unto him, how can these things be?
So he's breaking it down. He's still like, man, I don't understand what you're saying. How? What are you saying? Go ahead.
Verse 10. Yahushua answered and said unto him, art thou a master of Israel, and knowest not these things?
So you telling me that you supposed to be leading people, and the things that I said, they messing you up? Like, that's why you can't learn from the leaders that have already been set up. Because if somebody's smarter, if this brother comes and talks to a preacher, he's going to destroy a preacher in one debate. You know what I'm saying? And he's going to be asking him questions. It's like, I'm telling you something new. You a leader in Israel. You're a leader to black people. How in the world am I teaching you something you don't know? You know what I'm saying? Give me Matthew chapter 24 and verse 3. All that just to say, you know what I'm saying, to really serve the Lord, you have to become something brand new. You know what I'm saying? We, in this high holy day is a representation of what we've produced since spring. You know, since we went from eating unleavened bread, now we giving bread with leaven. Look at what we've produced. Right. I'm gonna bring my best to you. Look at what, like, if it's like, if it was a battle rap, or just a battle between men. This is my son. I present my son. I trained him, whoop, and now he's gonna show his worth. You know what I'm saying? Whether he win or fail, this is what we produce since the Feast of Unleavened Bread. You know what I'm saying? So what can you produce for the Lord since you first heard the truth? Since your spirit changed, now what can you bring to the Lord? You know what I'm saying? And that's what you can. Next year, you be here, you're going to present the Lord. I'm looking at you right now. I can see you next year. I'm going to be like, hey, remember that brother last year? I'll be like, look at this brother now, though. You know what I'm saying? I can show the Lord, like, look what I presented. This brother can be like, look what he's presented. You know what I'm saying? It's the Lord, raised up, rocking his garment, rocking the shield. I got a big shield. I just don't have it on me right now. You know what I'm saying? Really into his people. You know what I'm saying? Like, you'll be so much different next year than you are today if you keep in the path that you're in right now. All right, Matthew chapter 24 and verse 3.
Come. And as he sat upon the Mount of Olives, the disciples came unto him privately, saying, tell us, when shall these things be? And what shall be the sign of thy coming?
Mm-hmm.
And of the end of the world?
And of the end of the what?
The world.
Now, do you think the world is coming to an end?
Close to it.
When you think of the end of the world, what do you think of? Like, what image comes into your head?
Broken buildings, fires burning, keeping dead bodies.
Mm-hmm. Do you think, like, somebody could, like, go to the core of Earth and blow it up? Do you think, like, any of that type of end of the world?
Well, not really. I think of the earth as still being here, but just the surface of it being completely destroyed.
Son of Christ. That's wonderful. The scriptures say the earth abideth forever. So the earth is always gonna be here. So world is it's a Greek word. So it starts with a K. I can't remember cosmos, you know what I'm saying? It means age or society. So Christ's disciples is coming to him and saying, like, when is white people going to be done ruling over us? What's going to be the end of the world? You know what I'm saying? So now Christ is going to break it down to them and be like, oh, okay, I'm going to let you know when it's about to come to an end. You know what I'm saying? Watch this. You know what I'm saying? Keep reading.
Verse 4. The Yahushua answered and said unto them, take heed that no man deceive you.
Don't let nobody trick you. Go ahead.
Verse 5. For many shall come in my name, saying, I am Christ, and shall deceive many.
Mm-hmm.
And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars.
Hear of what?
Wars and rumors of wars.
We've been hearing about wars all year. That's how 2020 started. World War III. You know what I'm saying? We've been hearing about wars and race wars. You know what I'm saying? The race wars have finally come. They've come so well that they're literally white against black now.
Right.
This ain't nothing new. Tulsa was a race war. Solcombe was a race war. 1985 in Philly was a race war. In Rosewood, goddamn, was a race war. They had to make a damn movie. You know why they didn't make a movie about Tulsa though? Because it would have been too brutal for them to really see like black people had something going on. Y'all really was like jealous. You know what I'm saying? But riots, they're race riots. That's a war. Anytime two different nations fight, that's a war. You know what I'm saying? I don't care what anybody calls a civil war is when the same nation fights each other. Right. But when you got white people going against black people, or like the Zoot Suit riots, that's another war. When you got Hispanics going against white people, that's a race war. You know what I'm saying? And we've heard and we've seen. You understand? Read that one again.
Come. And ye shall hear of wars.
Man, we at home hearing about wars. We didn't go to every riot, but we heard about it. Keep going.
And rumors of wars.
World War III is a rumor. Like, hey, man, it's ramping up, man. It's about to be. You heard about World War III? Yeah, that's rumors of it. Go ahead.
See that ye be not troubled.
Man, don't be troubled. Don't let it bother you. Go ahead.
For all these things must come to pass.
All these things must what?
Come to pass.
All these things must happen. Go ahead.
But the end is not yet.
It ain't even here. It ain't even close, man. It's gotta happen. The rumors have to become wars. That's just the middle of it. Christ is coming in the middle of World War III. When they declare a World War III, you better be in the truth. I'm just gonna say this right now.
That's right.
That's when I don't care if you want to wait. When you hear World War III has officially been signed up on, you should be in all black.
Right.
You should be here because Christ is coming in the middle of World War III. It says that in 2 Corinthians chapter 13.
No.
Keep going.
Come. For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom.
The nation rising against nation is a black nation rising against a white nation. It's a Hispanic nation rising against a white nation. That's a nation. That's two races, two nations. Nations is another word for races. Keep going.
And there shall be famine.
So, like, you read that again?
Come. The book of Matthew chapter 24, verse 7. For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom.
The kingdom against kingdom is America versus Russia. You know what I'm saying? Africa versus Saudi Arabia. It's a whole kingdom. It's a whole damn near like a whole continent going against another continent of people. You know what I'm saying? Russians is white people. Americans is white people.
Right.
But they are two different nations at this point. They're two different kingdoms. Go ahead.
Protesters is white people.
Absolutely.
The police is white people.
Absolutely.
So, you know what I mean?
Damn right.
White people going against white people.
Right.
So it says Black Lives Matter. You know what I'm saying? It's what it is.
Absolutely. They're trying to hide a war under the Black Lives Matter blanket.
Right.
That's why, in truth, it shouldn't be no black people out there.
Right.
The people that should be protesting should be the people that's causing the problem. You know what I'm saying? Like, it shouldn't be black people out there saying Black Lives Matter. It should be white people out there saying Black Lives Matter. That just makes sense. We not killing white people.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's just like, I'm bad at examples, but it's just like if your kid do something at school and instead of him apologizing, the rest of the school apologizes for him. You know what I'm saying? Like, what, that don't even make no goddamn sense. Why am I apologizing for something your son did? He the one that should be apologizing. Right. So white people are one that need to be telling white people Black Lives Matter. The same way they went to that, I think it was that congressman's house or wherever they went with the gun, with the AR-15s. Right. That's how that's supposed to go. They were supposed to be up there with Black Lives Matter signs. That's what's supposed to happen. Right. You know what I'm saying? They was over there because they wanted their right to go out the house and shit like that. Right. They should have been up there. Black Lives Matter. No justice, no peace. My AR-15. They should have been saying some shit like that. You know what I'm saying? But because they don't give a damn, we're taught that if they do something to us, we protest. That's not how real life works. Keep going.
And pestilences.
What's a pestilence? COVID-19. What's a famine? Famine is what happened in Venezuela, where they over there like eating out of garbage, eating trash. It's what's happening in Haiti. They're literally eating mud cakes. Like, that's a famine when you have to make mud taste good. They eat real mud cakes. You know what I'm saying? That's a famine. A pestilence, once again, that's COVID-19. These murder hornets, the locust, all these are going to bring pestilence because they're going to come with like malaria or whatever type of like Ebola. They're going to come. It's not going to just be a locust eating up your field. It's going to come with something. The Lord is waking I'm telling you something, man. I don't even know what November gonna look like this year. Y'all are not even gonna look the same in November. Women might not even have Maybelline in December. It might just get all ate up by the damn bugs. Right. It was because I think they said Skittles got like some type of shell of some type of bug, the color to get the color, whatever. Some bug gonna come in. Oh, it smell like my cousin and eat all the damn Skittles. Whatever's gonna happen. It's getting wilder. You know what I'm saying? But that's part of the pestilences that's coming. Keep going.
And earthquakes. In diverse places.
All over. Strange places that don't even make sense to have. Ain't even no plate tectonics over here. There's going to be an earthquake over there. You go like, God damn, how do you get I figured it out. November, the Bermuda Triangle about to appear, man. Somebody going to be like, we here. We're back from the, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's some wild, crazy shit about to happen. Loch Ness Monster, Bigfoot. It's the year. All the weird shit about to happen. Saying, but it's because the Lord, He said He's gonna do something in the land of the north that's gonna make you forget about Egypt. Just read Exodus chapter 3, 4, 5, and 6. You'll see what He did in Egypt. Right. What He about to do in America gonna make you forget about that. Right. He had hell mingled with fire. He gonna do something wilder than that. Right. What the hell is wilder than? They got a murder hornet. Damn. Them damn cockroaches is here for a reason. I'm just telling you, them cockroaches. Everything's for a reason. All I'm saying, the Lord about to do something in America. You gonna read about Egypt and you're gonna be like, nigga, well, remember what He did in America. You know what I'm saying? That's what's coming. Keep going. Take me to, keep reading verse 8.
All these are the beginning of sorrows.
All these are what?
The beginning of sorrows.
It's just the beginning. That's why you got to keep your head up. The scriptures say, he that endureth unto the end. I think I got the scripture right here. That's the one that's going to be saved. You got to go through all of this bull to get what's for us. The Lord wants to get all of the glory, like we said earlier. You know what I'm saying? He don't want a man. He don't want George Floyd to get the credit. If everybody be like, because George Floyd is the reason for this, right, he'll stop it. You better get a Lord credit for this. The Lord is what's bringing all of these riots to America. The Lord is what brought COVID-19, not the Chinese. The Chinese don't get credit. Right. Some doctor in the lab don't get credit. The Lord get the credit for it. You know what I'm saying? Or He'll do something greater. You know what I'm saying? Drop down to verse 10.
Okay. And then shall many be offended, and shall betray one another.
You understand?
And shall hate one another.
That's what's happening right now. Keep going.
And many false prophets shall rise. and shall deceive many.
Man, I just seen so many I saw Africans say, I'm going to France to destroy COVID-19. Boomala boobala boobala.
Right.
The goddamn, I forgot which pastor. He got the horrible teeth. His teeth look like a brick of yellow. But he was like, COVID-19, I cast you into the devil. It's gonna be many false prophets, because they losing money.
Right.
It's the only reason a false prophet gonna come out is because he losing money because he ain't been able to game grandma up no more. Now grandma at the house not paying her tithe, he calling your grandma.
Right.
Sister Bessie, where that money at? Oh well, I got cut.
Right.
Yeah, you still send that tithe money in. It's all about money. A false prophet comes for money. They don't come for any other reason. You know what I'm saying? You might as well watch Magic. You know what I'm saying? Because that's the only reason it's going to be a false prophet. He losing money.
Right.
But they going to come up. T.D. Jakes was at the damn protest. For what?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? He was like the image of a false prophet. Like, yeah, what you here for? Because his consumers are here. He wants them to feel like, hey, I'm with y'all. That money. You know what I'm saying? Keep going.
Book of Matthew chapter 24, verse 12. And because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold.
It's waxing cold, man. And let me tell you something. Get on TikTok. You'll see how cold people are. People are cold. I've seen people cry from people's comments on TikTok. Like, people are mean as hell on TikTok. I got a few TikToks that's got 30,000 views. I don't even answer all the comments. Because people, if it's directed towards me, I'll say something. But I've seen conversations where people just back and forth with each other. Like, people are hating black people. I see POC. It look like a piece of shit when I see POC.
I seen a lot of people on TikTok making fun of George Floyd.
Yeah.
Taking a picture with their knee on their condom neck, like.
Yeah.
Right.
Like it's the same.
Right.
It ain't never gonna be said. You ain't trying to kill your partner. Right. But George Floyd, he was trying to kill him.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They making fun of the Lord's people. You know what I'm saying? That love is waxing cold, but the best part about love waxing cold, your love should wax cold too. I had white friends. Let me tell you something. Before I came into no, I was in the truth. I take that back. When I was young in the truth, it was a white boy I used to work with. There was a time when I would talk to them about the Bible. I was like, yeah, they say this. I said, you're a Hebrew Edomite, and I'm a Hebrew Israelite. I say some shit like that.
Right.
But when I got in the truth, I was like, yeah, no, you're the devil. And we had all out debates and all at the slave. Like, he couldn't handle me because I was just getting wiser and colder towards him. And my love for him, it was just dissipating. Yeah, it was gone. It was gone. It was cold. I'm trying not to,
right.
You know what I'm saying? But that's how it's gotta be. You gotta break that connection with white people. Cause who is a friend with a slave? I would never befriend my slaves. I'd be like, you work for me.
Right.
And you do work for me. Hawaiian, give me my tea. White person, go in the damn field. How the hell, who let him come in the house? I did, sir. What pal? You know what I'm saying? That's how you gotta be with your slave. You can't befriend your slaves. That's what they're gonna be, your servants. You gotta think like that. So they've been thinking like that about us. You don't remember being a slave.
Right.
But let me tell you, in your last life when you were a slave, you were like, God damn, what the hell did I do? I woke up today.
Right.
Why he mad at me already? Because the other slave ran away. Now you getting your back whipped. Like, that was your life. They know that's how it was.
Right.
They keep the story. They pass the story along. You don't know your Father, Most High in Christ. You know what I'm saying? Most High in Christ. That's a beautiful thing. A lot of us don't know our fathers and fathers and fathers. They can't tell you the stories about how it was on the plantation. But if a brother got a father that was a slave, great grandfather, and he told a story, he'll tell you, like, yeah, it was horrible, man. They wouldn't let us do this. They wouldn't let us do that. Your sister got sold away, got snatched out of your mama, great grandmother's arm. Like, they'll tell you those stories. They tell their kids stories. White families is intact. Right. Like, yeah, listen, the only reason Ahmaud Arbery got murdered by that devil's son, because he taught him to be racist.
Right.
He taught him, when you see a nigger, you cock that rifle and you blow his, you know what I'm saying? And that's why he died the way he died. You know what I'm saying? But you gotta just it's gotta be this way. It's gotta get cold. But your love has to burn hot for your people, for black people, Hispanic people, Native Indian people. That's just how it goes. Go cold for them, burn hot for your people.
Right.
All right. I'm gonna just get a couple more verses because I got 48 more. You know what I'm saying? Read the next one. Read the next one. Shalom.
Book of Matthew 24, verse 13. But he that shall endure unto the end, the same shall be saved.
Go ahead.
And this gospel of the kingdom shall be preached in all the world for a witness unto all nations.
You understand? But he that endures unto the end, the same shall be saved. Man. You got to get through all of this. You got to get through it. I had to break ties with people that I thought I was never going to break ties with. Some of your own people you have to break ties with, man, but it's just a part of the process. Right. You know, just because you ain't, like the scriptures say that a man's enemy shall be those of his own household. So a man going to be against his wife, mother-in-law, father, whatever it's going to be. Right. The people you live with, your immediate family, they might be your damn enemies. But that's just how it's got to be. Don't give up on Christ just because your folks ain't with you. Because the very people that are fighting you today, tomorrow, they're going to be like, son, thank you. Right. Brother, I thought she was foolish the other day, but now I see you was right, man. Right. This done kicked off. The white man is a devil. Right. You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
Before you sounded crazy. Tell you, let the earth go 3. I give the earth 3 more months. The white man is a devil is probably gonna be chanted at some of these damn riots. Right. They said there's no justice, no peace. It's gonna be the white man is devil. Go ahead.
I just seen other protesters calling out other protesters saying, look at this white boy beating up his police car. And other brothers tried to jump in. They said, nah, let that white boy do his thing. Don't jump in. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? The black protesters stopping the white protesters from, you know what I'm saying, doing stuff like, we're going to get blamed for that. That's y'all doing that.
Mm-hmm. Right. I saw when them cops was in Boston with that cop car. Like, it wasn't even like incognito. It was like he was on the hood of the shit, breaking the windows. He damn near fell getting off. Like, it's wild and crazy out there right now. Like, think about it. It's people protesting right now. But for what at this point? It's like, what is it doing at this point? It's just to be out there. It's just a photo op now. Right. You know what I'm saying? But really, it's being controlled by white people. White people are setting up bricks. They're breaking the windows first. They doing like that Boondocks episode. They throwing a chair. Right. And black people is just like, and going crazy with it. You know what I'm saying? We got to get more discipline. And UPK, we teach discipline. Right. All right. I'll probably end with these last couple ones. Give me Ecclesiasticus. Man, I'm skipping so much good stuff. Kind of can't. Give me a 2nd Ezra chapter 15, verse 14. Salaki. I'm just going to 8:30, so I'm gonna just get we'll stop this at 8:15 with some prayers, and then we'll be done. Go ahead.
Book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 14, 15, verse 14.
Go ahead.
Woe to the world and them that dwell therein.
It's the destruction to the world and them that dwell therein. You know what I'm saying? This place got to get destroyed. It's gotta fall. It can't stay this way. And it can't go back to normal. I just talked to my rib. I'm like, what is normal at this point? Right. Like, let's say the riots and the protests stop tomorrow. What's gonna be normal? You know what I'm saying? It's literally going to be unnormal to videotape and let a cop kill somebody. it's literally going to be, if you see a murder look like it's about to happen, people going to stop it. There's no more normal. It's either got to stay this way and ride it out, or normal has to be changed, man, because I can't picture a world the way it was a month ago. It's just so different now. Ahmaud Arbery was murdered, and nobody did anything. You know what I'm saying? Right. It was just like, oh, sister got murdered in her house. You know what I'm saying? Her husband shot at the cops that didn't announce themselves. They riddled the room where she was sleeping in. Nobody came out, so everything's up to speculation, but we know she did. Sister in Canada got thrown from 24 stories. Nobody said a damn thing, man.
Right. I think out here in Vallejo, they just mistaken a Hispanic brother for a hammer to be a gun and killed him. Right. This happened like yesterday.
God damn. The Arigato dude over there in Hayward. I mean, what happened with George Floyd, I think what really killed people with George Floyd is because when I watched it, I saw this brother alive one moment, and when he died, I saw all the strength leave his neck. Right. I think that's what really did it for a lot of people. It did it for me. Right. I was like, God damn, this brother was alive literally a moment before. Now his neck is all bent in now, you know what I'm saying? So normal ain't what you wanted. Right. You know what I'm saying? Anybody you see kicking it with white people anymore at this point, you like, man, you an idiot. That's right. You don't have any love for your people. And I understand it because of how Stockholm Syndrome works. But people that got some strength in their spirit, they going to be like, man, I don't want to do nothing with white people. Now, I got a slave right now where I'm like, I'm glad I'm still off. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm disciplined. But just a beer, I would hate for somebody to ask me something about what's happening. Right. And I hate to act like I'm oblivious to what's happening. Right. Like, hey, how you guys doing? Oh, hey, how you doing, Karak? Don't ask me how I'm doing. I'm horrible. I'm here for the cash, man. Right. But if somebody really was like to dig into you, like, how you feeling, man? You see what happened to George Floyd? Bro, I've been avoiding this. Why you talking to me? Right. You know what I'm saying? You're just going to lose it because it happened to us. It didn't happen to them. Read that verse one more time.
Look at 2nd Ezra, chapter 15, verse 14. Woe to the world and them that dwell therein.
Let me see. Destruction to the world. You know what I'm saying? Woe to America, man. Like that song say.
Right.
Woe to the world and them that dwelleth in it, man, because this is horrible what we going through. Keep going.
Verse 15. For the sword and their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up to fight against another, and the swords in their hands.
And swords in their hands, man. That right now, that sword is that. It's not this. This is a long time ago. It was this, but now it's that red dot. You know what I'm saying? It's that infrared. You know what I'm saying? It's that rubber bullet at the moment. You know what I'm saying? Like one people gonna be fighting against another people. That's the war. That's not only race wars, but that's this world war that's coming. Right. You know what I'm saying? How the world gonna get destroyed? People gotta fight and kill each other, right? That's the only way it happens. Because nobody's gonna give us the authority. That's why the scriptures say that the righteous shall take the kingdom. You know what I'm saying? We gotta take it. You can't. It's not given. It's not. Oh, here you go, black people. We're sorry for the past 400 years. You gotta take it. You know what I'm saying? And we are not the takers. Christ is the taker. We have to become a people that He can take it for. One of His greatest parables is, what king goes to war without counting his people to figure out it with 10,000 if he can handle hella people? Just paraphrase. If he don't do that, then he gonna have to give concessions for surrender. Right. You know what I'm saying? That's not what Christ want to do. The Lord not gonna send Christ back if Christ has to die on the cross again. You know what I'm saying? Right. He want to make sure that if Christ come back, it's to take over. We got to give them something to take over, you know what I'm saying? And that's with all obedience. Go ahead.
Verse 16.
4 more minutes.
For there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings, nor princes.
Ain't nobody listen to Donald Trump. Ain't nobody listen to their senators, congressmen. They ain't even listen to the 6-foot rule now. Everybody together, they like, look, you know what I'm saying? Let's go on the target. You know what I'm saying? Let's go here. Let's burn this down. Everybody's disregarding everything right now. Keep going.
In the course of their actions shall stand in their power.
Right. You know what I'm saying? That's where their strength is in their actions. Go ahead.
Verse 17. A man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able.
That's what's happening with this curfew, with this quarantine. You can't go where you want to go, man. It stopped us from having the Passover. You know what I'm saying? But it's all the Lord. The Lord is a man of war. So he bringing all the circumstances that make these scriptures true. Keep going.
For because of their pride, the city shall be troubled.
Mm-hmm.
The houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid.
That's what this curfew, man. People are afraid. I was at Walmart yesterday at 5 p.m., I think. It was closed in Vallejo. I'm like, why is this closed? Oh, because of the protesting. Over there?
Right.
I'm suffering because of something that's happening in another city. They scared, man. You can't do nothing, man, because they know that people is going up in these places and robbing. They boarding up glass.
Right.
Like, what's that going to do? If somebody want to really get into this thing, David Banner said it best. If I want to get to you, ain't nobody going to stop me from getting to you.
Right.
And if we want to get in that store, wood ain't going to stop us. You know what I'm saying? We'll come with a sword, we'll come with some choppers, we'll do whatever we got to do to get in. It ain't that serious.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But that's happening to us right now as we live. Go ahead.
Verse 19. A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor.
That's what's happening right now. Go ahead.
But shall destroy their houses with the sword and spoil their goods.
Let me tell you something, man. Target is a target. Ain't nobody having pity on them. You know what I'm saying? If you got something that somebody else wants in these days, they gonna get it.
Right.
They're not gonna. I mean, I saw one video where a sister, she had, I think it was in Atlanta. She owned a store, and she drove up, and she was like, "Stop it! Stop it! This is my store! Stop it!" And brother was like, he grabbed her like, "Sis, this ain't that. You ain't gonna be able to stop that. Ain't nobody caring that is yours. A black-owned business don't mean anything to anybody right now. You chose the wrong time. We, me and my reel, we making candles. But there's this company called Le Labo. They are a big, major candle making company. And they got their glass broke. And they was like, hey, you know what? We get it. We understand why this glass got broke. We cool. We'll take it. You kind of got to think like that. You can't be the type of person that's like, look what happened to me. You got to be like, I understand why black people is mad. I saw the same video y'all saw. I'd be pissed off if that was my son, if that was my brother, if that was another white man, if that was an Asian man. You know what I'm saying? If Jet Li got murdered like that, you think China would be like, oh, riot? They would probably come to America on some CG stuff. You know what I'm saying? You'd see all types of Shadow Clone Jitsus and you know what I'm saying, ninja stars. They'd be like, you kill one of ours, we're going to war with y'all. You know what I'm saying? You got to be like, I get why people are rioting. Does it make it right? No. But I get it at least, you know what I'm saying? I've just seen so many things. I've seen sisters try to make a point like, this is my store. Okay, so, look, it ain't no different than Target right now. It's in the war zone. Anything in the war, how you think they feel in Iran when America came over there and bombed? America didn't give a damn if that was a family-owned business. They was like 9/11. Bye. You know what I'm saying? So we can't be selfish in the time. We can't let our pride get ahead of us. Keep reading.
Because of the lack of bread.
This is verse 19. Go ahead.
And for great tribulation. Man,
we poor, man. And the tribulations, man, is just the murders that we going through, man. Not having your job, man. This was a perfect, like Kevin Katazai said last night. This is a perfect storm for everything that's happening.
Right.
I lost my job a month ago. Like people that got that stimulus check or that unemployment, and not everybody got it. That's the worst part. Unemployment got backed up so bad that some people didn't even get their money, didn't get their check. So I lost my job unexpectedly. I got this boosty stimulus that only lasted a day. Right. And then I got a little bit of boost from unemployment. I'm broke, man. I was thinking about selling crack. And then a damn horrible thing happened that people starting to loot and riot. Yeah, you ain't gonna stop that. Ain't nobody caring, man. This that famine. It's like what the scriptures say. That tribulation, man. People just want to eat at this point.
Right.
It's wild and crazy out there. I pray that everybody in this room, man, you get home safe, nothing happens to you, man, because people are suffering, and it makes sense. Go ahead.
Behold, verse 20. Behold, saith Yahweh, I will call together all the kings.
That was it. Let me get one more verse, and we'll wrap it up with this. Matter of fact, two more. Give me 2 Timothy chapter 2, verse 3, and then 2 Ezra chapter 6, verse 9. 2 Timothy chapter 2, verse 3 and 4 and 5. These are the last ones. Second Timothy chapter 2 and verse 3 to 5. Go ahead.
Book of 2 Timothy chapter 2, verse 3. Thou therefore endure hardness.
What?
Thou therefore endure hardness.
You gotta endure this hardness, man. It's hard right now. People suffering, man. Endure it. Go ahead.
As a good soldier of Yahweh Shai Mashiach.
As a good soldier, man. You gotta endure some hardness. It comes from within, and it comes from what you see without. Endure the hardness that you suffer in your household, man. Endure the hardness of what you see on your phone, on TV, in person, man.
Right.
Endure it as a good soldier of Christ. Christ said, he that endureth to the end, the same shall be saved, man. When it's all said and done, you're going to get your people out of this.
Right.
You're going to be the leader. I'm telling you as a priest and prophet of the Lord, the very same people you cannot convince, you're going to see them in front of you accepting your help. It's going to blow your mind on the inside, but endure so you can see that day.
Right.
It's right in front of you. Life changed like this, man.
Right.
It was a pestilence and riots like that. You gotta hang in there, man. Endure hardness. This is hard on me.
Right.
I'm at home every day. Like, what is going to break me? What am I going to see that's going to just flip my switch where I lose control? I thank Commander Junior Hana that I don't lose control.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? I don't know what I would do. I tell you that of a truth. I don't know what I would be like if I was in the world right now. I just don't know, because seeing what I've seen happen to our people, Ahmaud Arbery's murder hurt the hell out of me. I saw when he took them shots to the chest,
right,
and how he fell. Like, that hurt my spirit. Even when they said what the white boy said, I didn't care about that. But when I saw him take those last shots, I was like, damn, man. The white boy stopped running after him because he's looking at him. So he can see, oh, yeah, this nigga's eyes roll back. He's done.
Right.
Like, that's what I felt watching his murder. It didn't. I heard about Deion Johnson. Like, damn. Or the brother, I think I'm saying his name right, Sean Reed. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? When he was like, he was wild. He's like, hey, man, somebody come and get me, man. It's about, you know what I'm saying?
Right. And
then when they finally popped him and stuff, and then to hear the officer say, man, it's going to be a closed casket, like, that's how y'all feel about us? Right. Like, damn, you happy about this? The best video that ever happened was that white woman that was approaching the brother. He was like, you need to back up, or I'm going to shoot your ass. Right. And she was like, you got to shoot me, nigga.
Right.
Right.
You talking about cartwheel?
Yeah. She kept approaching the lock. It made me happy. She kept approaching him, and he popped her. And she was done. I was like, damn, man, that was bad, but it was horrible, but it was like, hey, at least I got something, but I'm going to find it. I got it on my other phone. Man, but if I was in the world, I don't know what I would do. Right. You know what I'm saying? I just don't know what I'd do without the UPK, man. That's what I said. So, endure hardness as a good soldier. Keep going, verse 4.
2 Timothy chapter 2, verse 4. No man that warreth entangle himself with the affairs of this life.
And don't focus on what's happening in the world the way everybody else in the world does. Everybody else in the world is like, I got to get a gun to protect myself in case somebody run in my house. UPK, man, we just get protection.
Right.
To have it. I ain't scared of nobody. You know what I'm saying? I don't need a sword. I'll take your gun from you if you run up on me. I'm not worried about that. But we just protect ourselves because you should protect yourself.
Right.
We learn how to kill a man to protect ourselves, not so we can go out there and Bruce Lee people randomly.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Keep going.
Okay. That he may please him who hath chosen him to be a soldier.
Listen, you were chosen by Christ to be a soldier. You want to please him by showing him that the things that happen in the world don't mess you up or don't make you want to get caught up in it. Like everybody protesting right now. It's easy to want to go and protest and really to go and loot. That's the easiest part. We was in Oakland when they first started protesting, and we was right across the street from Target. They was breaking windows. They was in there. We could have easily been like, oh man, that TV. They probably got some TVs left in there, you know. Because the crazy part is they were like, picture this is Oakland right here. That's where everybody was at. The Target is over here. They pushed people to the Target. Everybody was over here. They was trying to get to the police department. The white man pushed them back with tear gas, flashbangs, and rubber bullets maybe to the Target.
Right.
All the wildness that happened was because of the police. It wasn't the people. The people wanted to be by the courthouse so they could have maybe smashed through that like they did in Minneapolis. The white man pushed them back. You know what I'm saying? If we were wicked, we could be like, oh man, it's an opportunity, man. So, you know what I'm saying? We ain't going to take ourselves and do what everybody else doing. I don't need to steal a car just to be on World Star. It ain't that serious, man. Black people can build a better car than Mercedes anyway. I'm not impressed.
Right.
All right, keep going.
Look at 2 Timothy chapter 2, verse 5. And if a man also strive for masteries, yet he is not crowned, except he strive lawfully.
So you're not going to get the crown unless you do it lawfully. You got to learn what the law is, man. There's some things that you don't know is lawful. Just don't know. I didn't know either. Some things you didn't know was unlawful. I didn't know. Coming to the truth, stay in the truth, enduring to the end, you'll know what to worry about and what not to worry about.
Right.
But you're not going to get crowned. This is referring to a chapter in First Esdras. I think, I forgot what chapter it is, but verse 84 or something like that. No worries. But Christ is going to put crowns on brothers' head. Boom. How you going to get that crown? You got to strive lawfully. Then you got to work towards it without breaking the laws.
Right.
We're in the laws in the Bible. Who's going to teach the laws properly? Not Nicodemus. Isupk under command of Junior Hannah.
That's right.
All right. Now give me 2 Ezra chapter 6, verse 9. That's it. We'll just close out with one prayer. Unless anybody has any questions, we'll answer a question if somebody got a question or two. I appreciate y'all coming out. I know it's late. 2 Ezra chapter 6 and verse 9.
Go ahead.
The
book of 2 Ezra, chapter 6, verse 9. For Esau is the end of the world.
Who is Esau, the white man? His world is coming to an end. Go ahead.
And Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth.
Who is Jacob, blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. We're going to rule the world that comes after the white man's kingdom's fall. How long is that going to last? Forever. We're going to rule forever. You know what I'm saying? That's it. That's the conclusion of the whole matter. Serve the Lord, keep his commandments. Once the white man's kingdom falls, which you can see happening right before your very eyes, we're going to rule. So you might as well go through right now. This hard part, this hardness that we're going through, as a woman especially, as a woman especially, because women have to see something. Women have a harder time believing in what men believe in. Men can believe in a damn dream. Women like, I need to see something to make this make sense. As a woman, you have to believe in what your man believes in because you can see your man. You know what I'm saying? Like, a man can believe in something he can't see. Women rarely can believe in things they cannot see. You know, like niggas, brothers that rap. How you going? Hey, I'm about to get big. You know what I'm saying? She like she can see you. Right. She got to believe in you because until you or basketball anything until you actually make it to the pros, she can't see that. You know what I'm saying? So as a woman, you just have to understand that the white man's kingdom is coming to an end. I know I'm looking at mainly women, but there's only 2 sisters, so it ain't too many women to look at. You know what I'm saying? Oh, so I didn't see the sis back there. You know what I'm saying? I see sis. I was the beam, all I can see. You know what I'm saying? So women have to look at their man and see what he believes in and know that because he believes in it so hard, look at him. You can look at him and see that he's into it, follow him. If he leads you into a ditch, whatever, what could you do? You were doing the right thing. You were following your man. You know what I'm saying? But if you think your man gonna lead you into, as a man, if you think you're gonna lead your woman into a ditch, she had to be out of her goddamn mind. I ain't leading my wife into no damn ditch. If I had another wife, I ain't leading her into no damn ditch. You know what I'm saying? What man does that? I always say I wouldn't be in the truth if it was a lie. I just go and be a Christian and be wicked. But I know the truth is the truth and it's righteous and it's the way we should go. And I've never seen this verse in Christianity. Right. I would have never known that the white man's kingdom was coming to an end without the ISUPK. Right. I would have never known that I die, but I come back if it wasn't for the ISUPK. Right. And I damn sure wouldn't know that there will be a time where I'll be born where black people were ruling if it wasn't for the ISUPK. The ISUPK showed me this verse. Man, I'm in it till death. And when I come back, Lord willing, I remember some of y'all in some way, shape, and form. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's my brother. That's my brother here. We was on that track together. Times of Bob, man. I don't know why I remember you. You know what I'm saying? We gonna be ruling, man. And we gonna have our kids and our wives, man. They gonna be there, man. And it's worth it. Think about this. All of this is worth it because it's building up to your next life. Everything you do in this life prepares the next life. Right. So why is this life the way it is? Because of your last life. Why was that life the way it was? Because of the life before that. Right. So let's do something in this life so that when you're born in the next life, when I die, if I have breath to talk to my sons and daughters if I have them, I'm gonna say, look, hey, keep them damn commandments. That's right. When I come back, we better be in power. Right. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Because I'm going to be born again, man. I want to be born and they swaddle me in gold. You know what I'm saying? Not no cloth. I want to be swaddled in gold. I want to be told about how it was my first 6 years of life when I finally remember. Oh, it was. But listen, you got to endure to the end. White man's kingdom is coming to an end. We're going to rule forever. Anybody have any questions at all before we bounce? Looks good. All right, with that, the Israel. Amajim. Oh, you can rise too. Sis. Right. Let's do a couple of different prayers. We'll cut the string.